What's up guys? Today is a follow-up to my round kick, level 1 through 10. What level are you? But today is all about side kicks. Now, if you are a kickboxer or a Muay Thai fighter, side kicks might not be a big part of your arsenal. That's at least the case with me. It's very rare where you'll see me go to a side stance and bust out a side kick. But in MMA, I find they are more effective. And when I've been to China and I fight the athletes from there, they are throwing side kicks all the time. There's no doubt they are an effective technique. So today we're going level 1 on the basic round kick all the way up to number 10, which will just be crazy hard. So sit down, check out the episode guys, or get up and try these techniques yourself. Alright guys, technique number 1, side kick down to the knee. This one is easiest because the height is very low and I'm already within range. So if I was standing here, whether I'm like this or bouncing around, I just lift and side kick down to the knee. It is the easiest technique, but it can be one of the most dangerous. And we have seen this in MMA. If somebody straightens their leg out too much or doesn't recognize the attack is coming and they don't bend, a side kick down to knee level can be devastating. I'm not a big fan of this technique except for in self-defense, but it's something you can definitely utilize. And if you want to be extra mean, you can really pump that knee up high and then drop down as opposed to just lifting and coming straight out. Level number 1, I'm sure everybody who understands any aspect of martial arts can do that. Level number 2, same kick, but up to body level, just a little bit harder because it's higher. And one more time. And now we move up to head level for number 3. The head level side kick is not seen that often and is actually a kick I would advocate for in the sense it is a hard kick to block. I know I've been on the end of some side kicks to the face, especially when I was in China. When they come up, it's hard to catch them. It's hard to really do anything except for shelling up. And then when you shell up, you get knocked backwards. So I do like this technique. I'm within range. I decide I don't want to go low. I don't want to go medium. I want to come up high to the face. Again, up high to the face. My head leans back quite far and I have to maximize my pivot so I can actually get that kick up and then right back out. Extend, rechamber. It is definitely substantially harder than the others and requires a lot more athleticism. Stage number 4, we are talking about when we are out of range. For all the first 3 kicks, we were within range, but now we can't reach. How do we close the distance? Well, we do a little shuffle step. My back foot comes into my front foot. I'm now within distance, and I use that gain momentum to add power to the kick. This kick should be more powerful than a stationary side kick. I'm gonna make sure I don't throw it too hard because I don't want to knock Bob over, but I slide in. One more time, shuffle in. As I shuffle in, I land in a pivot position so I don't have to worry about pivoting during the kick. A little quick movement in. And next, which is very similar, but a little bit more difficult, we're even further away. So now the shuffle step will not work. What do I do? Sorry, cough there. What do? I cross step to create more space, more distance. So now I can be way back here. They think I'm out of range. I cross step and land my kick. Again, cross step and land my kick. So far, we've just thrown straight up side kicks, whether we do it stationary or with a little bit of movement in. But now we're gonna start getting to the fakes, the jumps, and the spins. This is where it becomes much more difficult. So this next one, which I've personally used many times, is when you take your back leg, you throw your round kick, whether you decide to just keep your knee bent as a fake or you full on miss, then you come into your side kick. So if I'm coming on to Bob, it looks something like this. I throw my round kick and then chamber for my side kick or off the other leg. 1, 2. This one is very nice, especially if somebody leans back or they jump out and then decide they're gonna come in for the attack. They think they're safe, the kick has gone by, and then all of a sudden as they lean in, they walk right into that body side kick. And again, right here, I'm moving around, they fade back, miss, boom. All right, next up is a jumping side kick. And I know a jumping one sounds super impressive, but really it's a very simple kick, just slightly more advanced than standing stationary, and one of the least practical side kicks we can possibly do. Because for a jumping side kick, generally we run in. We're running, we pump our knee up, and we throw. If you want to be able to do this for an actual fight, you need to only be about this far away. You pump your knee up as high as you can, The more momentum I can use to drive myself up off this kicking leg is ideal. Then my other foot will tuck in. I tuck both legs into my body as tight as I can and I extend my side kick. But without the run, it's not as impressive. It's just from here, up, whoop. One more time, I lift up, twist my body completely, whoop. It's a technique that you really don't see in kickboxing. I've seen it one time in a fight in my whole career, watching thousands and thousands of fights. It was Raymond Daniels, and he was only able to throw it because he was just outclassing his opponent. So I'm sure most of you guys can do that one, but is it practical? Do you need to practice it? Absolutely not. Now we'll move into the spinning side kick. Number 7, a technique which you should know and which is super damaging. Tips for the spinning side kick. If I'm facing towards you, number 1, turn and find the target. Don't worry about trying to start the kick before you found the target. Number 2, if you want to be super effective with it, let a hand go first. Use this as a blinder. I blind my opponent as I twist. They're distracted by this, and then I come around, I find my target, heel straight into the bum, and I come right out in a straight line. Spinning side kick, it's not one that I've been successful with in a fight, knocking somebody down, but it's just because I try and put too much power in. I think a lot of times I just need to draw back, just relax, and just throw it relaxed and loose. I think that's the easiest way. One more time, eyes around first so I don't miss. Now from here we want to advance the side kick. How do we advance it? Well, we add a jump as we spin. Now this one is more practical than just the jump because I can do 3 ranges. I can either come from in tight, I can go from this range right here, or I can go from outside of range and surprise the guy with a little movement in. Pretty much everything is the same aside from the fact I either have to move forward or I have to move back as I execute the kick. So I do the same thing as I did before on that spinning kick, except instead of keeping one leg planted to the ground, I'm gonna jump. So I'm in my stance, little spring up, little turn, find the target as quick as I can. One more time from out of range, I can't touch the guy, I move into him. Or I'm really tight, I'm in here, I'm working away, and I go, okay, I'm gonna just surprise him with a kick down to the body. All 3 of those are fantastic ways to land and definitely one of the more difficult side kicks you can throw. And finally, we are moving into number 10, the most difficult one I'm going to give you today. It is a double tap side kick. I'm going to lift my left leg in the air, I'm going to hit, and then I'm going to do a jumping spinning side kick off this leg. So I have 2 attacks, 2 points of contact. You can come to the body with the first one, or you can go down to the thigh, help propel your body weight up a little bit. Give this one a shot. It's not one that I ever do in fights, it's just kind of fun to throw, but I don't really practice it. Moving around, and one more time, moving around. That's getting really high up there in kick difficulty, but again, not one of the more practical kicks you will ever do. So guys, there you have it. Let me know what skill level you made it to. What number did you make it to in side kick difficulty? Remember that side kicks are not only for karate practitioners and for MMA fighters, kickboxers, Muay Thai fighters, you can throw these in as well. They're not traditional in any sense of the sport, but they still work. And even though I don't throw them lots in my fights, if there's something you're successful with, I definitely suggest you utilize them. So there we have it, guys, side kicks. We are done for today. What technique do you want me to do next in this series? What challenge are you feeling up for? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like, get subscribed if you have not already. Train hard, guys. I'll see you back here soon for another video.